Hi class! This is the second week of your modular class, right? Kumusta ang nagdaang isang linggo? Have you learned the lessons written in your module? Binasa nyo ba at pinag-aralan ito? Naintindihan nyo ba? Were you able to answer the activities, questions, and assessments attached in your module? In this video, we have another lessons to be discussed and still based on 2020-2021 Most Essential Learning Competences. Use conventions in citing sources. English 8, Module 2, Week 2, Lesson 1, and this is about writing bibliography. In this video, we have objectives here. First, define key concepts of bibliography. Second, identify the bibliographic parts of a printed source. This is a book entitled Proud Pinay, and we can see the subtitle, Inspirational Stories of Filipino Women. But remember, not all books have subtitle. How many authors of this book do you think? Yes, there are 2 authors, and their names are Belinda Perez and Natalia Abuzo. The name of publisher, Perlas Publishing, and the place published is in Cebu City, Philippines. The picture that you have seen is an illustration of a cover page of a book and its parts. So, do you think it is important to take note of this information and cite them in your research? When you do your research, you need to cite or list your sources. Whenever you take specific facts, ideas, or quotations from a book, magazine, newspaper, or other sources, you make sure to cite the source. Anong importansya nito? Bakit kailangan nating isulat yon? Here are some important reasons why you need to cite or list the sources. So bibigyan ko kayo ng 4 na dahilan kung bakit napaka-importante na isulat din natin yung mga sources natin kapag tayo ay nagsusulat ng ating mga research or sabihin natin nagsusulat tayo ng mga libro or magazine. So, first, it gives credit to the authors. Second, it provides you and the reader with more information about the sources. Third, it shows the writer's credibility, referring to whether his or her sources are reliable. And fourth, it prevents plagiarism, an act of stealing someone else's ideas and presenting them as your own. One way of calling your sources is through listing them on a separate page of your research paper. This page is what we call a bibliography. Look at the sample text inside a box. How many sources do you see? Yes, there are 3 sources here. The author of the first source is Bolante Christopher. The second source, Conrado Jasmine. And the third source, Durante May. So there are 3 sources here written inside the box. And these are called the bibliography. Now, my question is, what is a bibliography? A bibliography is a list of the books of a specific author or publisher or on a specific subject. Also, A bibliography is taken from the Greek word biblion, which means book, and graphia, which means to write. So, yung word na bibliography ay kinuha sa salitang Griego o sa Greek word ng dalawang salita. Yung biblio, biblion, at saka yung graphy is graphia. So, bibliography or biblion graphia galing sa Greek word. Ang ibig sabihin ng biblion ay book or aklat at ang ibig sabihin ng graphia ay sulat or write. So, a bibliography contains an alphabetical list of sources like books, periodicals, and websites used by the writer or researcher. A research paper should contain a bibliography written on a separate page and should be located at the end of the paper. Each entry uses a hanging indentation, also known as the second line indentation. Ang bibliography ay isinusulat doon sa separate page na inilalagay doon sa hulihan. Okay, so ibig sabihin, naka-separate na pahina or page na paper inilalagay doon sa hulihang bahagi ng libro. So, bawat entry daw, gumagamit ito ng hanging indentation. So, hanging indentation ay tinatawag din siyang second line indentation. So, remember the noting context clues. So, ang hanging indentation is synonym niya ang second line indentation. Now, question. What is hanging indentation? Ano ba ang hitsura ng hanging indentation? Pag sinabi nating hanging indentation or second line indentation, ibig sabihin nito ay nakapasok, naka-indent. Halimbawa, yung ipinakita ko, yung tatlong sources, tingnan ninyo ang pagkakasulat. So, sa first line, hindi siya naka-indent. Pero pagdating sa second line, naka-indent na siya. Napansin nyo ba? Bolante Christopher expressing oneself through literature. Tapos, naka-indent yung Binyan Bughaw Publishing Incorporated 2017. So, napansin nyo ba? Yung word na Binyan, di ba naka-indent siya, nakapasok siya? So, yun ang sinasabi nilang hanging indentation o di kaya ay tinatawag na second line indentation. Okay? Naintindihan niyo na? Another example, Conrado Jasmine. Di ba, hindi siya naka-indent. Pero pagdating doon sa karugtong niya, magazine, May 2018, di ba naka-indent siya? So, naintindihan niyo ba yung ibig kong sabihin? There are many styles or formats in citing or listing sources, depending on the subject. So, there are three main citation styles here. So, first style is the APA or APA, meaning American Psychological Association style. This is used in social and behavioral sciences. So, ibig sabihin, kapag nagsusulat about social and behavioral sciences, ito ang kanilang ginagamit. Yung American Psychological Association or known as APA or APA. The second style is MLA, meaning the Modern Language Association style. So, ginagamit naman ito for writing papers on literature and related subjects like theater or films. So, ibig sabihin, kapag nagsusulat ka tungkol sa mga literature at saka dun sa mga related subjects tulad ng mga teatro at saka yung sa film. So, ang ginagamit dun ay MLA or Modern Language Association. And the third style is the Chicago Manual of Style, or CMOS, which is often used in many academic fields, especially in the humanities and social sciences. So, in this video, we will follow the bibliography annotation standard specified in Chicago Manual of Style, 17th edition. So, let's see the types or formats of sources of information, the print and online. So, tingnan natin yung iba't ibang types o kaya ay format ng mga sources ng information, print and online. Ibig sabihin, nakasulat man siya or nakikita sa online. A. Print sources. These are sources that have been published in printed format, such as books and periodicals. Noong hindi pa uso ang internet, ang mga writers or yung mga nagre-research, maging ang mga estudyante, sila ay pumupunta sa mga libraries upang maghanap ng mga books at magbasa ayon doon sa kanilang subject na kanilang isinusulat, according to the topics that they are writing. Kaya ang ginagawa nila, nagre-research sila through reading many books. So, books, these are the most common and reliable sources of information. So, lahat naman tayo, 'di ba? Usually, ang ginagamit natin ay books. Ngayon lang naman kasi nauso itong mga internet na to, mga Googles na to, na hinahanap natin doon kung ano yung gusto nating hanapin at i-research. Pero sa totoo lang, ang books, ito yung common reliable sources of information. So, this is the sample format of writing a book bibliography. I'll show you the sample format of writing a book bibliography. In writing a book, you need to write first the author's last name. Apelyido muna ng author. And then, isusunod ninyo ang first name. After writing the first name, isunod ninyo ang title of the book. After writing the title of the book, if there is a subtitle, then write the subtitle. Kaya lang, tulad ng sinabi ko sa inyo earlier, na may mga books talaga na wala ring mga subtitle, so no problem. So if there is no subtitle, don't write it. And then the next is the place of publication. Saan yung lugar ng publication nito? Name of publisher, pangalan ng publisher, and then year of publication, kailan ito ibig sabihin pinublish. So, for example, ang books na meron lang isang author, for example, ang pangalan niya ay si Lourdes Cruz, nagsulat siya ng book about language and literature. So, ang gagawin natin, ang kukunin natin ay yung apelyido niya muna. So, which is Cruz, comma, yung first name niya, Lourdes, period. And then, isunod natin yung title of the book, Language and Literature. Yung kanyang subtitle is Grade 8 Learner's Textbook. So, place of publication is Quezon City. And the name of publisher, Cruz Publishing House Incorporated. And then year of publication is 2015. Nasundan nyo ba ako? Yun ay kung mayroong isang author. How if dalawa naman yung author or hanggang 10? So, kung dalawa o hanggang 10, ang gagawin ninyo, isusulat nyo ay apelyido ulit. And then isusunod nyo ang pangalan. And then apelyido ulit ng pangalawang author and then pangalan niya ulit. Cruz, Lourdes, isang author. D, Armando, pangalawang author. Perez, Jose, pangatlong author. Then yung pang-apat na author, before you will write the fourth author, isulat nyo muna yung word na end. End, Robio, Nancy, period. Did you get it? Okay, isunod nyo ngayon ang title of book na ang title niya is Language and Literature. And then, isusulat ninyo ang colon. Then, paano bang pagsulat ng colon? Ibig sabihin ng colon ay yung dalawang period, taas at baba. So yun ang tinatawag na colon. Then yung subtitle ng book na ito is Grade 8 Learner's Textbook. And then period. Then isunod ninyo ang place of publication, Quezon City, colon, and then name of publisher, Cruz Publishing House Incorporated, and then lalagyan nyo siya ng comma, yung year of publication, kung kailan ito pinublish, 2015. Nakuha nyo? Naintindihan nyo bang ibig kong sabihin? Okay, I will give you another example, and this is chapter in a book. For example, you are writing a research paper, and then kumuha ka doon sa book na isinulat ni Cruz, entitled Language and Literature. So, paano mo ilalagay or paano mo ito isusulat bilang bibliography mo? Okay, ganito yon. So, apelyido muna, Cruz, and then, comma, isunod nyo ang name niya, the first name, Lourdes, period. And then, write chapter of the book, pero don't forget the quotation mark. So, yung chapter ng book na yon is entitled Southeast Asian Literature, period. And then, quotation mark ulit. At pagkatapos, isunod nyo na yung title ng book, Language and Literature. Bakit meron siyang in? Ibig sabihin, yung in, yung Southeast Asian Literature na chapter or title ng chapter ay kinuha doon sa libro na entitled Language and Literature. So, yun, kaya nilagyan siya ng word na in. Okay? So, in Language and Literature, colon, ibig sabihin dalawang period, and then isunod nyo yung kanyang subtitle, Grade 8 Learner's Textbook, comma, anong page yung chapter na pinagkuhanan. So, ilalagay nyo yung page nun, pages 30 to 47, period. Then, the place of the publishing is Quezon City, and then, colon. Pagkatapos, isulat nyo yung name of the publisher, that is Cruz Publishing House Incorporated, comma, and then isusulat ninyo yung year na na-publish yung libro na binasa ninyo. Okay, here is the example, yung illustration. Okay, so nakita ninyo yung illustration na to. Yung Language and Literature, that is the title of the book. And then the Grade 8 Learner's Textbook, yan ang subtitle of the book. Yung author nakasulat dito, Lourdes M. Cruz at saka Armando L. D. Jose G. Perez at saka Nancy M. Rubio. Yan yung author. Name of publisher, Cruz Publishing House Incorporated. So, yung copyright year, makikita nyo yun sa the next page ng libro. So, ang nakalagay dun ay Philippine Copyright 2015, Cruz Publishing House Incorporated, Quezon City, Philippines. Yun ang place published. So, ibig sabihin, saan ito na-published? So, yun ay sa Quezon City, Philippines. So, nakuha nyo na? Again, ulitin ko. Title of the book, Language and Literature. Subtitle of the book, Grade 8 Learner's Textbook. Yung author, Lourdes M. Cruz, Armando L. D., Jose G. Perez, and Nancy M. Rubio. Kapag nagsulat kayo nito ng author, pwede nyong isulat ang isang apelyido at saka pangalan. For example, ay Cruz, Lourdes, et al. E-T, period, then A-L, et al. Ibig sabihin ay mayroon pang kasama si Lourdes M. Cruz. Name of publisher, nakikita nyo? And then, Language and Literature, And then copyright year, 2015. And then yung place published, Quezon City, Philippines. If there are 2 or more authors, kung mayroong dalawa at higit sa 2 author or may akda ng libro, should be listed in the order as they appear as authors and not necessarily alphabetically. Kung paano nakasulat ng pagkasunod-sunod yung author na nasa libro, ganun din dapat ang pagkasunod-sunod na isusulat nyo kapag gumawa kayo ng bibliography. So wag nyo isipin, ay hindi siya naka-alphabetize, kailangan aayusin ko muna siya in alphabetically order. No, hindi na. Kung paano pagkakaayos ng sa libro, ganun din dapat ang pagkakasulat ninyo ng pagkasunod-sunod doon sa bibliography gagawin ninyo. So, 4 sources with more than 10 authors include only the first 7 in the bibliography, followed by et al. Ibig sabihin, kung meron daw 10 na authors. Kadami, no? Ang dami. 10 authors. Okay lang daw na yung 7 na lang ang isusulat nyo. Pero hindi nyo pipiliin kung alin doon. Ibig sabihin, the first 7, yung unang 7. So, bibilang kayo ng author na 7 mula sa simula hanggang sa pang-7. Yun lang ang isusulat ninyo at pagkatapos nun, isulat ninyo ang kasunod na et al. Ibig sabihin ng et al ay and others. Ibig sabihin, mayroon pang kasama. Ang ibig sabihin, saan kinuha ang word na et al? Ito ay kinuha sa Latin phrase. Okay? Et al is a Latin phrase which means and others. We are still under the letter A, print sources. So, number 1 is books and then the second one is periodicals. Kasi printed tayo, di ba? So, ibig sabihin, ang book nakikita nyo naman nakasulat. And periodicals also are written. So, ang periodicals, ano-ano yung mga periodicals na yun na nakasulat na nababasa natin? So, these are magazines, scholarly journals, newspapers, and newsletters published at regular intervals. Publication dates are essential when citing periodical sources. If we say journal, it is a scholarly published periodical containing articles written by researchers, professors, and other experts. So, ang journal na ito ay isinulat din nito ng mga researchers din, mga professors at iba pang mga eksperto. So, ito ay pinapublish periodical na nagko-contain or naglalaman siya ng mga articles. I'll show you the sample format of writing a journal bibliography. Ano ba ang format kapag nagsulat ka ng bibliography? Katulad din ng book, first and foremost, ang isusulat nyo muna is the author's last name. You write first the author's last name, followed by the name of the author, and then title of article, and then journal title, and then you write the issue information. For example, mayroong isinulat si Juana Martinez. Okay? So, ang isinulat niya ay yung Distance Learning Amidst COVID-19, Journal of Studies in Philippine Education, Volume 10, Number 2, 2019, and then pages 23 to 35. So, eto yon, yung illustration niyan, paano nakuha yon. Journal of Studies in Philippine Education, that is the title. And then the volume 10, number 2, 2019. So, makikita nyo doon sa ibaba ng journal title. Yung volume 10, yan yung volume number, yung 10. Issue number, yan yung number 2. Publication year, yan yung 2019. Kuha nyo? Volume 10, number 2, 2019, ibig sabihin, volume number, issue number, publication year, nakasulat yan siya sa ilalim or under the journal title. Next, saan makukuha or where we can find the title of article? Okay, nandun siya sa ibaba. So, yung title of article is this: Distance Learning Amidst COVID-19 by, yun yung author, by Juana E. Martinez. So, yung pages na pinagkuhanan ninyo ay yung pages 23 to 35. So, ganun yung magsulat. That's the format of writing the bibliography kung ang source ninyo is a journal. Next to the journal is magazine. This is also part of the periodical, di ba? So, it is a periodical publication that contains stories, essays, pictures, and the like, usually published every week or month. So, ang mga magazine, nakakakita naman siguro kayo ng mga magazine, di ba? So, dito ay may mga kwento or stories, yung mga nababasa natin na mga kwento or kung ano-ano mga essays, mga pictures nakikita natin, at ito ay usually napapublish ito ng every week o di kaya ay bawat buwan. What follows in the sample format of writing a magazine bibliography? Ano naman ang format ng pagsusulat ng magazine bibliography? So first thing and foremost again, author's last name and first name, and then title of article, and then yung magazine, yung title ng magazine, pagkatapos ano yung date nun, issue date, kailan ito inisyo or kailan ito lumabas itong magazine na ito. So isusulat niyo yung kanyang date. Young Mind Creatives is a magazine title, and then the issue date is June 2020. Finding New Hobbies in Time of Quarantine, that is title of article, and then yung author is Thea Alisbo. So how will you write this? What format will you write this bilang bibliography nyo? Okay, so uunahin natin ang apelyido. We write first the last name followed by the first name of the author. So, Alisbo Thea. And then followed by the title of article, Finding New Hobbies in Time of Quarantine. And then, sumunod ay magazine title, Young Mind Creatives. And then, yung issue date na June 2020. It is still under the periodical. The first one is journal, second is magazine, and this third is newspaper. It is a periodical that is printed and distributed, usually daily or weekly, containing news, opinions, features, and advertisements. So, alam niyo yon, yung dyaryo, okay, newspaper, dyaryo. So, ito ay usually ay ini-issue ito every day, 'di ba? So, siguro naman nakakita na kayo ng dyaryo, 'di ba? At nakakapagbasa na kayo. So, what is the sample format if, for example, one of the sources na inilagay ninyo dun sa isinulat ninyong research ay nanggaling sa newspaper? So, ang gagamitin ninyo, itong ganitong format kapag ilalagay na ninyo as bibliography. Ano? Author's last name ulit. So, huwag nyo kalilimutan yon. Palaging last name ng author, and then followed by the first name, and then title of article, and then newspaper name, and then month, day, and year na na-issue or na-publish itong newspaper na pinagkuhanan ninyo ng inyong mga informations na isinulat sa inyong mga research paper. Okay, so here is the illustration. Caraga Sinag Press. This is the newspaper title. Yung headline or tinatawag na title of article, do you still remember the noting context clues? So nakalagay dito, headline is the same with the title of article. So headline or title of article is the Filipino student bags trophy in international quiz B. That is the title of article. And then the author here is by Leo Paran. So nakuha. And then the publication date is here Wednesday, July 17, 2018. So, how will you write this as a bibliography? Okay, unahin natin. Okay, ito yung author. Family name first, Paran, followed by the first name, Leonardo, and then sumunod ay yung headline or the title of article, that is Filipino Student Bags Trophy in International Quiz B. But don't forget the quotation mark. So, mayroon siyang quotation mark. And then, followed by the newspaper title, and that is Caraga Sinag Press. And then, yung panghuli ay yung publication date, July 17, 2018. Nakuha nyo? Do you understand me? We finished discussing about the printed sources. Please wait for the part 2, Writing Bibliography. Our lesson to be discussed there is about the online sources. Thank you so much for watching. Kahit papaano, sana'y mayroon kayong natutunan sa ating lesson. Bye for now. God bless us all.